Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 22nd. I'm Joe Elkier here with Tim Murphy. Welcome back to the Gold Spot. Tim, once again, we're coming into a shorter week. Lots of news coming out today. Later in the day, we have the Fed minutes coming out, kind of analyzing the data from last week, I presume. Also, we've had Joe Biden fell into the Ukraine again this week, finding out we're giving more tax dollars to the war efforts in Ukraine. Also finding out that Xi Jinping is planned for trips to Moscow. So there's lots of implications around the world, lots of chest puffing out, those types of things. We're going to see some impacts as far as metals prices go. In the short term, with the Fed minutes coming out today, can you give us kind of maybe a perspective as what that entails, and then also even looking longer term?
Sure. It's short term. As the Fed is coming out, it's one thing we'd like to encourage people is not to get too caught up in the short term because things are in place. We've got, like Joe just said, we've got China and Russia are in collusion now, and they're working with other countries to get away from the U.S. dollar and trade. And Biden, we're getting more connected to the Ukraine, where it's a winter time now. The ground's getting hard. The machines are coming out, the war machines, the tanks. It's all happening, and that's going to be very inflationary. This is the breadbasket of the Eastern Europe. So in Ukraine. So it's a serious situation. So no matter what happens with what the Fed announces, we have high inflation. We know that the economy in general is really struggling, despite some numbers here and there that are not real badly negative. But overall, it's a really dire situation the Fed is in. They can only raise rates so much because of our debt, our massive debt. So the last thing too, and this is important, the supply and demand situation in gold and silver is really, really thin, and that is going to make a big difference soon with the prices and the paper prices of gold and silver, which right now are artificially low, and it's a gift. The prices are a gift right now, and we really encourage you to shoo aside the short-term stuff, focus on the medium term, the long term. It's a good buy right now, the metals, but it's a much better buy longer term.
Yeah, debt, inflation, geopolitically, there's no shortness of problems that we're facing. Prices are great for gold and silver entry right now. It's a wonderful time to be looking at it. Go to our website, request information, give us a call. We're happy to help, and we'll see you next week on the Gold Spot.